Peace and blessings, family. This is your brother Yaya with another episode from our Buried in the Shallow Grave platform. But this is the resurrection class. And today, family, we are getting into some special information. I just want to thank everyone. And as I allow you to come in and allow me to go out, today is a new day, a day that we've never seen before and one will never see again. So I'm gonna walk us through how to get through today when you're dealing with, you know, limited money, limited skills, you think are limited skills. But today, I'm gonna walk you through the digital product game, step by step. So grab your pens and let's get to it. Now, this is just my perspective on digital marketing and digital products and the digital system. This is just from Brother Yaya and my experience as I have done it and paid the price on many different levels. Let me just say, whether you've never made a dollar online or you're already creating content, this will give you the strategy to build your own economy. Thank you, family, for tuning in. We're going to get right into it today. If you saw the title, family, this is for you. This is for your friends. This is for your cousins, your sisters. This is for those people that you care about. Okay? So we already know that digital products are the new land. They're the new land, they're the new landscape. And what do I mean? There are so many things that you can consider the new property in terms of digital products. Some in business even call it digital real estate. My brother Ben XC has uh, taken over that side of the industry in the black neighborhood. So think about this. You got a digital product. You don't know what it is yet, but some of you do, some of you don't. I'm assuming that many of you do not, and that's who this is for. You create it once, and it can serve you over and over and over and over again. It can become a teaching model, it can inspire or help people forever, forever. And so you want to be able to create a digital product because it can help you do things without you even being there. Without you even being there. You can be at work, sleep, the gym, cooking, and still make a sale. It's all about what we're about to talk about. And I know we're already tired of trying, so many different things, trying to figure it out on our own. I'm not excluded from that. Um, but we're tired of trying to figure it out all by ourselves. We're trading time for money on a daily basis and being stuck in that survival mode. And many of us are striving to fight to get out of the survival mode. And I encourage you that those of you who are doing that and those of you who I am talking to, um, it's not over for you. You are a special person. And because you're special, you have to know that nothing good comes without struggle. But we're going to go from survival mode into business mode because we're going to get into how to create these digital products. So I'm going to slow down. Here's an example. And I want you to answer questions at the end. I want to show you exactly how to build this. Okay? Even if you got no money, family. Okay? You're going to learn what to sell. You're going to learn who to sell it to. Excuse me. How to make it, where to sell it, and how to make the sales work for you without being annoying and salesy. Um, this is real resurrection. You have a target audience, and if if you're benefited outside of that target audience, that's a blessing. But what your focus must continue to be on is serving that target audience. Okay, but look, you know, this is real resurrection. I'm just telling you. So let's get into it. And I mean the mental kind, real resurrection, the financial kind, okay? And the ownership kind. So now let's build. What is a digital product, brother Yaya? What is that? What is a digital product? Does anybody know what a digital product actually is? I'm going to tell you what it is. A digital product is nothing more than something that can be created once and sold repeatedly over and over and over and over and over again. And with no inventory, no packaging, and no shopping, no warehouses. It's pure ownership. Pure ownership. And it can become, you know, something of an informative model. It can be information. It can be creativity. It can have or a solution to a problem model. You know, uh, I'll tell you real word example. Here you go. An ebook can be a digital product. An ebook is a digital product, but look, you take this ebook explaining how you lost 100 pounds and then you kept it off. That is an ebook. That is a digital product. Now, look at how I just took a thought, and just by me, that right there speaks to so many people. Think about this one, a voice note. A voice note, you recorded talking to someone through anxiety. Just a voice note. A PDF guide to help people fix their credit. I'm just giving you some ideas. And those of you who cook, I have a new uh, subscriber whom I've known my entire life, and this person has opted in to creating her own system. And if I had my board, I would have my applause going off, but unfortunately today I don't have it hooked up. I just want to give a shout out to her, and because I know she is searching for that way. We always had it in us to, as children, to want to become something more than what we saw. We just didn't know how to do it. So here's another digital product. You ready? Think about this: a budgeting template. Just a budgeting. A lot of people have problems, you know, um, making their money work for them, and they working with limited money, and sometimes they don't have a guide. You got all kind of people in the world. Some people don't have, the guide that they need, or have it, or had it, and you could create a budgeting template for them, for single parents. A list of questions to ask landlords before signing a lease. A lot of people have problems when they go to get a place. They don't know if the contract is right, or they don't know what they should be asking these landlords before they get this new house. So you, knowing this information, you could create a list of questions to ask landlords before signing a lease. Boom, that's a digital product. A digital how to cook, fried fish binder, or a digital product, a digital how to on for teens, girls, starting a babysitting hustle. Digital product. Preachers, teachers, theologists, a sermon you gave that changed your life, now turned into a mini course. Digital product. I'm just throwing ideas out. I'm not promoting anyone to do anything, but you know what your calling is. You know that thing that you've been wanting to do. Now it's time to do it. Why wait on some big building, some big platform when the time is right, when you got enough money? No, listen, today you're living in a time where you can create something out of nothing. And if you're passionate about what you do, and you really want to provide a service to a need, a real service to a need, then you've created business for yourself. Think about this. Why they all work, those lists of things that I gave you. Okay, I'll tell you why. They solve real life problems. People can access them instantly. They can go and get them instantly. They ain't got to drive over here. They ain't got to come down to your shop. All they got to do is download the PDF or go to the website or whatever it is. You can sell them, for $1 or $100, depending on, the value of it, whatever it is that you're selling. They never expire. You don't need to be famous. You don't have to go viral. You just need the right people. And that's what Resurrection class is here to try to attempt to teach you, is how to do just that. Digital products are how you stop trading time for money. Okay? Did you hear me? Okay. It's how you scale without a team of people behind you. Digital products. Okay? The biggest mistake, family, beginners make is trying to help everybody do everything, but we're always left at the end not helping ourselves. You need to pick one target person. One target person. One clear problem. One digital solution. Okay? So you want to pick one target person, a clear issue or problem that they have, and then I want you to think about the solution to that problem. And I want you to now think about creating a digital product that is a solution to the problem of that one target person. Let's break that down. You ready? Who are you talking to? Is it a fisherman, a fly fisherman who's having problems, you know, catching his fish at a certain time of day? You may be an expert fly fisherman. You may have information on how he can go about fixing that situation. He has a problem. That's one targeted person. Okay. But in a sense, do you know how many fly fishermen are in the United States? A lot. So even though you're talking to one person, you have one targeted person that you're talking to, you're speaking to many. This is a digital product. Who are you talking to? Are you talking to single moms? Retired veterans? Who are you talking to? Teenagers who, you know, don't have any guidance? Excuse my, black men who feel unseen and want to be heard, have something to say, but it seems like no one in their family, no one around them is listening to them. Was that you? Do you have a message for them? Who are you talking to? Are you talking to women starting a side hustle? Single moms who have struggled and fought with this job and are taking care of these kids by herself? Can you relate? Is that your targeted person? Huh? Do you have the solution to that problem? That's a digital product. Black men who don't know how to tie a bow tie or a tie? I'm serious. Digital product. Former felon looking for new income? Can't get a job out there in society? Do you have a solution to this problem? Digital product. Do you see where I'm going? Now, what's their pain? How do they feel? What is their pain? What's the thing that keeps them up all night long? Don't know how to, is it that they don't know how to get a budget? Don't have, the confidence that they need, or don't know where to start on a job or creating a job, can't organize their days out? What's the problem? They don't feel heard. What's their problem? Are they trying to, make side incomes, but none of them are going right? What can you give them? Do you have anything right here to offer them? And right here, can you serve the need? Examples: a checklist, things that, some of them that can't keep a day organized. You formatted something specifically for them, and all they have to do is check it off all day. Okay, that's just an idea. A prayer guide, a prayer guide, someone who's trying to learn how to pray properly. A motivational script. You may be trying to become a small actor. Could you create a motivational script now that you could turn into, you know, I've seen people do it all the time. I seen a guy the other day, he was dancing, and the way he was dancing and the music that was behind him, it left him room to be able to say, send this to someone who is going through this kind of situation. It was a very, very motivational, and it got a lot of reach. But if it would have had a digital product behind it, he probably could have converted it a lot better. What about, can you give them a printable budget? Can you give them a 5-step credit repair plan? People got bad credit out there. A simple routine that they can follow that'll keep them in alignment with whatever it is that they're trying to do. An ebook of your story with steps that they can follow, something that that target person can relate to. Digital product. Digital products aren't about information all the time. It's not about information. They're about transformation, metamorphosis. If your product makes someone else feel less confused and more confident or ready to move with the program, it will sell, and it will sell fast. It's all about what you are offering. It's not about the money and the need. Money is being circulated all around us at all times. So it can't be that it's about the money. It's mostly about the need, and it's about the solution. Do you understand? Okay. Now, what am I telling you, family? You have the potential right now within you to sell digital products on whatever scale you want to sell them. Um, and I'm telling you that if you do it properly, sky's the limit. Now, you need tools to build your first product. I'm going to give them to you, okay? Is that all right? I'm going to just chunk you some stuff. Okay. Now, let's break down how to actually make the product. How do we do this? Here's what you can create and what you can use to create the product for free. So that means you don't need a dime to create your digital product. You don't need a dime. And you don't need me. All you need is information. Okay? Here's how to do it. PDFs. PDFs. PDFs is a form of files that you can send in a certain type of way that people can, you know, touch the icon, tap into, read whatever it is that you have, or accept whatever it is that you have through email or through your website, however you want to do it. Okay? Even if it's in your DM, you can do that. Okay? You can use Canva. Canva. And if you don't know anything about Canva, go to Canva, CANVA.com. And in parentheses, you might want to put design. But anyway, these are free. You can use these things to create your digital product. You can use Google Docs. Have you ever heard of Google Docs? It's more for writing. Your Google Docs is where you want to do, most of your modules and checklists and step-by-step plans. And, this is for the writing that you're going to send to people. This isn't for creating imagery and things like that. You can use Chat GPT. Many of y'all was like, dang, I know he got to say something about that. Yes, Chat GPT. You can use Chat GPT for collecting your ideas. You can use it for writing. It'll help you write your digital product out, and I mean it does a countless amount of things. But we're talking about digital product today. It can create your digital product, and it will do it for free. Um, there is, a membership that you can go through, but there's also a free side to it where it allows you to use up to so much, um, and it's to draw you in because it's one heck of a product. Um, but even it's a digital product. ChatGPT itself is a digital product. Okay, so 10 steps, family, uh, to start a mobile cooking hustle. That might be one example. This is something that you want to give to um, your targeted person. How to stay mentally strong during hard times. That's another one. And you can see the target person as I give you these titles. You can see who it is I'm talking to specifically. It's not talking to the shopper at Walmart. It's not talking to the balloon flyer, in Colorado. It's talking to someone who is, who actually cooks food and has a hustle already into that. You're giving them 10 steps to start a mobile cooking hustle. Now you're taking them from one level to the next, which is probably what they already want to do anyway. And you're talking about, a person who is maybe a little mentally unstable. They've been through some emotional trauma, and you have a how to on how to stay mentally strong during those hard times. That's awesome. You can see exactly what the need is. You see exactly the service that you're providing. Great digital product. What about those who have bad credit? Nobody's exempt from this. We've all been there, right? We've all had it at least one time, bad credit. What about a financial starter guide for black families? Maybe you got your credit together and now you can turn that into a digital product, helping someone else provide the need. Okay? What about voice notes or audio lessons? There's voice recorder apps out there that you can use, and you might be a poet. You might write poems. You can actually you don't have to do like you used to back in the day and go get a book, uh, you know, print it up and all this stuff and wait on the cover and all of that. You don't have to do that. You can create a digital product selling your poems to people who actually love poems. Or you sell an audio version of voice notes that you leave to someone. I've actually bought some myself that were pretty good. Um, and BandLab or Audacity, you can use those for your free editing. You don't have to pay for any of this. Remember, everything I'm telling you about how to create this digital product is absolutely free. Okay? All right. Let's move on. You can save something that you create as an MP3, and then you can upload that MP3 to your Gumroad account. Gumroad is an app that allows you to use their platform to market your products and promote as well. You may have something on that MP3 player that's like a morning motivational skit or a five voice pack, you know, where you may be talking back and forth to you. Remember when cousin Tommy, I think it was, he was doing those phone calls pranks to people, And then there's another one called Roy D. Mercer. It's way, way back in the days. He did the same thing. But you might have something of a morning motivational pack that you want to create with 5 voice notes to help someone start their day. Or you might have, many video courses, family. And you can use your phone. You can use CapCut. You can use Canva. You can use these 3 things right here to do a mini video course. I've done it myself. I do it all the time. I still use CapCut and I still use Canva and I still use my phone. I'm on my laptop right now, but I do use my phone for a lot of different things. You can use Loom, Loom, Loom for your screen recording. Really good platform. It's free. You can upload that morning motivational pack to Gumroad or to your YouTube account. Unlisted. Sure can. Example, 3-day business startup, boot camp, 15 minutes a day. So it's a real big call to action on this model that you got as a digital product. It's a 3-day business startup boot camp. So wow, people are tapping into it because it's a 3-day business startup boot camp. Awesome. And all you need is 15 minutes a day. Wow, awesome. Or what about how I got my first 5 clients? Wow. See, a lot of people are out there doing what you do as a content creator. And what if you could offer them, you know, how to get their first 5 clients? You got, you know, 10 or 20, and now you can teach someone how to get 5 or 10, right? So you also can use free templates and free planners. You can use an app called Notion, Canva, I told you about that one, or Google Sheets. And I'll tell you what you can use these templates and planners for. But, you know, I'm giving you this information as an idea, a vast idea of many different ways you can create digital products that some of you may have never even thought about before. Okay? That's all I'm doing. So, what if you create a meal prep tracker? Some people have diabetes and they want to make sure that they're eating right, but maybe you could create a meal prep tracker that helps them. And you would use this template that I was telling you about uh, for these diabetics. Or it could be for busy parents. You know, they're soccer moms, they're doing it all right, but at the same time, they kind of forget about meal prep. So what if you created, a meal prep tracker and you put it on the template? Template is free, digital product. 2025 business planner is for content creators or, for creative people, creatives, you know, um, just different ideas. And you could, your tools, which would be Canva, Google Docs, CapCut, BandLab, Notion, Loom, all of these different things I'm giving you, they're free sites. But with each of them, like I said, your Canva, it gives you your design of your PDF, of your planners. Canva will give you even templates. Google Docs, they'll write your ebook. You can write your ebook over there, and you can use Chat GPT to actually help you formulate it if you would like. And like I said, for Chat GPT, for a period of time, it's actually free. Or they give you so many uses out of it, and then you have to wait so long before it resets. But like I said, it'll help you write out, different things and outline your structure and give you a clear understanding of what you're doing, where you're at, and where you need to be trying to go. CapCut, will help you with shorts, short video content, even long video content. BandLab can help you with your audio, your voiceovers, these little voice notes you may want to send, or your music, or if you're making music, use BandLab. Many people already know that in the music game. You can use Notion for your templates as well. They have a system of templates. So, since I've offered you these things, here's what I want you to know. Don't overthink. Create a solution to a problem. Once you create the solution to the problem, stick with the solution, modify the solution, make the solution better, but stick to the solution. Keep your target person. Create a solution, not a masterpiece. You don't have to be perfect. Now I'm going to tell you where you can sell your product. Let's get into where everybody want to know anyway. Everybody wants to know now, how am I going to scale this? How am I going to sell this thing? How am I going to get paid? I don't have no website. How am I going to get paid? Okay. Number one, you could have the app I told you called Gumroad. Gumroad is the best free option that you have out there today. And it's really easy to understand, easy access. I don't think you'll have a problem out of Gumroad at all. So go check out Gumroad. Gumroad, GUMROAD.com. Okay? It's your best free option. Like I said, you can upload your products as a PDF or MP3. You can do it as a video. You can do it as a link. And like I said, all of this is digital products that you can sell. You can set your price on there. You add your title, your description on Gumroad. It gives you a product link. And you take that link, man, you can post it anywhere. Okay? You can collect emails. It has a section. If you're looking at your laptop or you look to the left, it's got a little burger over there. You tap in your burger, and it shows you how to track your sales, build a full store, and you will over time. Once you get into the digital product game, you'll have so many digital products because they're free to create, and I think you'll opt in. You can also use PayHip. PayHip. PayHip.com. Same idea. It lets you sell digital products and even courses you can sell on PayHip. And it's great for international payments when it comes to you dealing with people overseas. Okay? Now, you don't need a store to add a payment button. You do not need a store to add a payment button. You want a store? It's fine. I have a store. It's no problem with a store. But if you cannot afford a store, you don't have to use a store. Okay? You can use Stripe. You can use PayPal.me. You can use Cash App. You can use, your own personal uh download link with Cash App, and you just, in your messages usually. Um and as a bonus, I want to leave you with this. I want to tell you this. If you're really starting with $0, if you really don't have any money but you do want to create digital products, upload your products to Google Drive. That is the best way to go. Post a payment method. After payment, send the download link. And it's not scalable long term, but it works when you're broke now. That works for the right now. Okay? Now, while you're out there, you got this digital product that you don't have any experience with selling. You really do not want to become uh salesy sounding. You do not want to annoy people with your product. This is where most people quit, in the promotion stage of the digital product. Selling, family, is not yelling your product from the top of your lungs on a computer. It's not what it's doing. It's serving a real need. Okay? What to say in your posts and reels is important. Okay? Here's how I made a guide, family. Check this out. You could say, this helped me stop procrastinating. I turned it into a simple planner. Or, here's what I wish someone gave me when I started with $100. Or you could say, here's how I made a guide for moms who want to cook for profit. Something really natural, inspiring, and catchy. Okay? But number one, the problem is what you need in your framework. In your framework, there's a 3-part post framework that you need. And the first one is a problem. A problem. What's the problem? Number two. Number two is your story. Your story. What are you going to tell them that relates to the problem and that you understand about it that many people don't? Then you leave your solution, the product. And in this case, the digital product. Now, I used to be overwhelmed every morning. I couldn't keep my head straight. I built a 1-page planner that keeps me locked in. Now I share it with others. Link in bio. Boom. Digital product. Okay? And your call to actions is where you really get creative. You can use different call to actions that really resonate. Like comment start if you want it. Or DM me for Word PDF and I'll send it. Tap the link to grab yours. $5 instant download. And then you just promote it, promote it, promote it. You promote it on Facebook Reels. You promote it on YouTube Shorts. You promote it on TikTok. Your email list. You already have a funnel created through Gumroad if you're posting your links on Gumroad. So, you know, don't forget about that. Then you can even text some of your friends. This is when you start reaching out. You're answering phone calls, calling people. But you're not being salesy. You are exercising your skills to those whom can carry your word a lot further and further than you can. Okay? Here's a pro tip that I use. Record your screen while you scroll through your PDF and say something like, let me show y'all what's inside the planner I made. Let people get a preview of what it is that they're getting from whatever it is that you're providing in the digital product. Now, you need the real kind of strategy. You need the real kind of strategy. Stack, reuse, automate. Stack, reuse, automate. Stack, reuse, automate. And once you made one product, you can build a digital product ecosystem. One product, you can build a digital product ecosystem. Here's how you do it. Stack your products, stack them up. Start with freebies like a checklist. Okay? Then offer the full guide. The full guide is $10. Then a video course, you might offer it for $27. Then a coaching call or a live class that you offer for something like $97. Number two, you want to reuse what you already have. Reuse what you already have. You want to turn your TikToks into courses. You want to turn your sermons into ebooks. You want to turn your notes into PDFs. You want to turn life into lessons. All right now, family, I know I'm resonating. You ready? Now you need to know how to automate. How to automate. Now, I told you Gumroad, it collects emails for you. You don't even have to do it. But you can add an autoresponder if you need to later. Schedule your posts. And many of you have Meta, but you don't opt into Meta. Meta is good for you content creators. You really need that. And you could opt into Meta with a Meta scheduler that will schedule your posts. I want you to know that you can build while you sleep. Period. It is true. And many of you don't live in an area where it's being done on the scale that I'm talking about, but you can bring that scale to where you are. Okay? What if I, don't think I have anything valuable to sell? What if I'm one of those people that just don't feel like, what I have is valuable enough for me to actually get out there and attempt to sell it? But I want to talk to you. For those of you who think like that, you already lived through something that someone else is going through. That's your product. Take your story and turn it into a step-by-step guide. Okay? People buy guidance, family. And a lot of us need clarity. And if you can formulate it in a way where it's helpful and it provides a solution to a problem, you already have valuable things to sell. You just don't know it. Some of you might say, how much do I charge for something like this? Start small, family. Start, no lower than $5, no more than $27. That's a perfect, little range to stay in when you're building. As long as it brings some value, real value, don't be afraid to charge either. Don't be afraid to charge if you're bringing value. How do I know? My third question from someone out there. How do I know people will buy it? Test it. Post the problem out there. Let people get familiar with the solution that you have. If people comment, message you, and say, I need that, you're on track. If not, just tweak it. Tweak the title, not the whole idea, but tweak maybe even the product a little. Someone may ask, okay, do I need a logo, a brand, or a LLC? Nope. You do not need none of those things. Get your product made and your first sale first. Clean branding, family, helps in the long run, but income helps you right now. Okay? So you might say, what's the easiest product to start with? A PDF. A PDF is the easiest product to start with. 2 to 5 pages. So you can get familiar with a checklist or a guide or a module, something simple. No design stress, just use Canva or do Google Documents. Family, we have been taught to work for money. And so that's what we're out there doing, is working for money, because that's what we've been taught. But we haven't been taught how to build. But when you sell a digital product, you're not just selling content. It's more than that. You're selling confidence. You're selling clarity. You're selling a new way to think. You're not hustling. You're planting seeds that many of us have not planted yet in our community. Digital products is something that I consider a gap in our community that needs to be filled. Don't wait until it's perfect. Don't wait until you got everything together and you got the camera crew and the t-shirt and it's in the closet. Don't wait on no validation from nobody. This ain't about going viral. It's about going forward. Okay? Take one idea, turn it into a product. Turn it into a product. Turn that product into a system. And let the system feed your people and your future at the same time. Now, if you want help, family, turning, your idea into a product, comment product class below. Comment product class below if you want help turning your idea into a product. I'll send you tools to start today. And if you're ready, if you're really, really ready to build a whole system, stay connected with me. Subscribe, like, share, family. This is your brother Yaya with another episode of Buried in the Shallow Grave. This is the resurrection class. The resurrection class is only gonna get stronger.